Yay area. That's all you getting from me, Dave. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking,
I'm just
man.
glad
Y'all,
you did. I'm just glad you didn't say Trey area because he's no longer here. He's
no,
in
no, no,
Dallas.
no. Trade area may mean like the trade area where he's getting traded to, because we see why Kyle let him go. Trey, Kyle said, "Y'all think he good? Watch this. Take that fourth. We'll take the fourth. We'll see." No, 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 no. That- Do your thing in the comments, man. Do your thing.
He's my towards the Cowboys. He got hate
Um,
for another team probably.
I don't know what he. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know why. But let's do it like this, man. I can't wait till we roll out our new idea, man. Shout out to you, Dave. You know, there's just a lot of great ideas that Dave's been coming up for the last 2 weeks, man. You know, celebrated your birthday. You know, all this has been happening in the off season. You know, you've been doing a lot of great things in the off season, but your team has been holding out, holding in, and holding back, doing so much other stuff during the off season. So look, we got to talk about it. Is it San Fran panic or is it San Fran plan? What's your off season grade? You know, coming off of that Super Bowl loss. What's your off-season grade for this team?
Wow. You just won't start taking shots. All right, so I'm not gonna treat my team any different than any other team we talked about. I always make sure I go look at the offseason grade that I've seen going around, and I've seen two totally different ones. I've seen PFF give us a C plus, which is ridiculous to me, and ESPN gave us a B, and I'm more so along sides of a B because I look at everything that we did. I look at what we needed. I look at if you look at the draft, you look at what we did in the offseason, I feel like we filled the needs that we needed. Now it wasn't like a splash need as far as like our offensive line. But from what I've been hearing, Dominic Puny, who we drafted out of Kansas in the third round, is actually going to be starting this year. He was an offensive tackle for he was the starting left tackle for Kansas in college, and he's been shining so far in the offseason. He actually played pretty well in the preseason game against the Titans. And he will be starting again against the Saints in the preseason game. I don't really take too much when it comes to the preseason, but I like what I've been hearing, what I've been seeing about him. I'm gonna talk about some of the signings that we had in this offseason. Of course, y'all know about the draft where we fumbled, in my opinion, from what happened in the draft when we went live on CTC when we talked about when it was announced that we drafted Cooper DeJean, but we later found out that was false, and we drafted wide receiver Ricky Pearsall from University of Florida. That made me scratch my head a lot because I didn't understand why we drafted a wide receiver when it wasn't a need. We have Debo, we have BA, we have Jawan Jennings, so it didn't make any sense to me. But from what I've been hearing, he's actually been playing pretty well this year. He is questionable for the first game in the first game of the season against the Jets, but overall, I think he's going to be a pretty good player. I do like the draft when we got Ronaldo Green out of FSU. He's a really good defensive back. He's a man-to-man corner, and he's been playing he's been really good during this offseason as far as training camp and everything. So I like that. Malik Mustafa, Carl knows about this guy. He's a safety from Wake Forest. He's a hard hitter. If you saw in the game against the Titans, he prevented them from he had a goal line stop in that game. Then you look at the free agency. We went inside Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd has been known as one of a really good defensive end. Now he's opposite side of former defensive player of the year, Nick Bosa, who definitely had a down year last year. He only had 10.5 sacks. We got Devondre Campbell. We lost out on Eric Kendricks because he flipped us and went to the Cowboys, but that's okay. We got Malik Collins. We traded a 7th-round pick for him from the Texans, so we got Malik Collins that's going to help out with our run game.
Oh, my Cowboy.
Don't care. We didn't get him from y'all. We got him from the Texans, so it don't matter to me.
Same state.
And we made a lot of other moves that was kind of cool. Josh Dobbs, we know he's a really good backup, so we got a serviceable backup if something happens to Brock Purdy. And the only thing that's been cloudy for our offseason, of course, is because of BA and Trent Williams not necessarily being on the contract and being involved in everything as far as practice and training camp. But with all of that being said, I would more so give it a B because of what we've been able to do and how I feel like we're going to produce and everything. Purdy looks really good and in training camp right now. So I love what we did. I still wish that we drafted an offensive tackle in the first round or a cornerback or something like that. But I feel like we made enough to kind of help it out a little bit. I still think this offensive line is not the best without Trent Williams, but I think it's a little bit better than I originally thought it was before.
Now you said just a B, like not B minus, B plus,
just
something
a
like
B. Just a B.
As far as all your transactions and everything that you've all done outside of the dark cloud, I agree with the B. But because the dark cloud is a part of your off season, I gave you all a C minus. I'm gonna see what Joe think about it, and then we can circle back. But that's the only reason I gave y'all a C minus. But I'm not mad at the B. I mean, coming off a Super Bowl loss, you could have done so much more, but you're trying.
Trying? Wow.
Trying this line. I give it a M for mess.
Yeah, that was the Jet segment.
BA, Trent Williams, all these people, all this stuff going on. But I'm just glad you didn't draft the kicker first round and start there. I would give y'all a C just like Tomo, because I don't think y'all did anything drastic to like that, like nothing eye popping. I thought that the Eric Kendricks would have been a really good pickup for y'all, but as we know, he went to Dallas. I don't know why he chose that.
I could tell you why. It's not because of them. It's not. He wanted to play for the 49ers, but like Dave said, they have so many great linebackers. He wanted actual playing time, and the Cowboys ain't got no linebackers. So that's
Greenlaw is hurt though. That's why they really try to get him.
Well, we're not worried about that because D Winters, who we drafted out of TCU last year, is having a great offseason. So he's going to step in and get that rotation piece. So
he basically don't want no competition. I got you.
Yeah, he doesn't want no competition. That's all. Yeah.
He went to a team with no linebackers, basically.
Wouldn't you? I'm trying to start. I wasn't mad at him. I was like,
plus, isn't he familiar? Is he familiar with your defensive coordinators?
True. Yeah, with the Vikings. Yep.
There's familiarity there too.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Kind of like the guy that went to the Commanders.
Hey, when you said you went to the Cowboys and you was like, you was excited, I'm like, Tom, I know the feeling. I know how to feel to take somebody's player. I know it. But I would give it a C too. I do want to ask you a question though. I saw an interview with Debo. He came out and said, "Yeah, you're gonna be with the team. He's gonna be with us." He said that today. He got interviewed. Where are you? With all the drama going on. Oh, he's with the Steelers. Oh, dang. Oh, Janie Daniels. Oh, man. Nah, he's working out with a contract with Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch. Well, not Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch. They're having good talk. They're progressing. There's like one or two things they got to come up with to figure out. Maybe it's a year, the amount. So how are you feeling right now with this whole IU mess?
I feel good now. I didn't, of course, during all that stuff that was going on, him requesting the trade, I didn't. But it kind of sort of goes to what I said in the beginning in the offseason. I said more than likely this drama is going to be just like how it was for Debo. It was actually a little bit more than what it was with Debo, but the results is going to be the same. He's going to sign back, and more than likely that's what it looks like because Pittsburgh is looking at other options right now. Everyone else is backed out. The Commanders backed out, the Patriots backed out, the Browns backed out. Everyone was like, no, they don't want to do it. Because BA at the end of the day said that he wanted to be here. It's just that he didn't feel like that we wanted to pay him. When I first found out that the offer was actually pretty low. So I don't blame him for actually trying to get traded because I think what they offered him at first was $24 million. So he was just like, $24 million, that's it. Then they upped it to 26. And now from what I've been seeing today, that they're offering him $30 million a year. So he's going to get what he's more likely he's going to get what he wants. It's just they're trying to figure out the last year of the contract because they want to be able to sign Trent Williams to give him extra guarantee money because they want Trent Williams to still be there. I mean, he's under contract for the next 3 years, of course, but they want to make sure that he gets his guaranteed money.
He got no more guarantee, yeah. And just to clear it up, Dave, the Commanders, people like Tay and Teddy get too excited. The Commanders backed out. The Browns and Patriots got canceled. That's what I put out there. I don't put it out there. Okay.
There you go. So you're right. I didn't mean to say that actually, because the Patriots offer him the most money. They offer him $32 million a year, and he said no.
They was like, we'll make you the top 5 highest paid. You know, saying all this stuff. He was like, it sounds good, but no,
he said
he
said no immediately, and then with the Browns, it was like the Odell situation. He was like, no, I don't want to go there. He felt like it wasn't a place for him to go and win. Even though I think the Browns are not bad, it's just
what a reason too.
Oh, I mean, Deshaun Watson,
the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's the thing about both places. Both places, he's not sure about the quarterback. He knows, at least in San Francisco, he has a quarterback he has a great relationship with, and he's not going to Commanders. So
he's not though, but he wanted to though. He's okay with us though.
Yeah, he was. And I think that was well-known information, but I feel good. I'm more than likely he's going to sign soon. It's just we're just trying to figure out the things on the last year. It's going to be a 4-year deal more than likely. So we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen with the last year of his contract.
Now, Joe, why you had to pull the hold on, what you say? What he got right now, Mark? What you mean? Oh, they going back and forth about.
I don't know. Sandola might got the shot. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
They talking about
I'm not gonna say that either.
Will y'all be surprised if he outplay him this year?
Who?
Sandola outplayed Deshaun Watson.
No.
Y'all be surprised.
Because of what Watson did last year? No, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then look, let's be real. Has Sandola ever played with weapons? The only weapon he really had was C-Mac, and he went 5-2. C-Mac got hurt, and they started tanking. With the Panthers, he had C-Mac with the Panthers.
One Calvin Benjamin
they were 5-0. Huh?
One Calvin Benjamin there at one point. What's that?
Calvin Benjamin. No disrespect to Calvin Benjamin, but he ain't no. He pretty good.
He okay.
He ain't. I'm not trying to slight him, but
at the end of the day, man, if it's a baton or if it's a gun, a weapon is a weapon. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm only saying that because CD ain't here, so I gotta. A weapon is a weapon. If the other person ain't got nothing, that's a different type of weapon. That's a gun.
Okay, I got you.
My bad. That's like a slingshot, and somebody else got a water balloon. You know what I mean? Like, a weapon is a weapon. It depends on how you use it. But man, Joe, you done made me. Oh, there you go. I thought about it. So Joe saying that. Y'all keep making me forget what I'm saying with these comments, but here you go. He actually helped me remember. Joe done sat up here and treated the whole BA situation back to the high school analogy like he asked somebody out to prom. He's like, no. I told her I wasn't gonna go with her. She told y'all no.
That's the difference, right?
Yeah. You done walked up here with flowers, decorated the whole hallway, and she was like, nah, I'm good. All I did was say no, and she asked me at lunch. Like, that's crazy.
With that being said, too much. She was like, nah, we ain't got it like that.
Nah. I'm talking about the limo, pick her up, get her makeup. Like, nah. And then the Patriots said, we'll do all that. Had to stretch limo outside the school and all that.
You don't think my car good enough? I gotta get a limo.
Exactly.
Patriots said Patriots bought a Ferrari and all that stuff. He was like, who the driver again? Right. I ain't going over there.
We ain't say nothing about the Browns, right? But that's a whole nother story. Now, speaking of, you gave the letter grades. I know this is one of the moments. Like, you done been clipped up so many times talking about just expectations that you had from your team. If you don't know and it's your first time here, when Dave's team gets to the Super Bowl and they don't complete the mission, the only thing you can get from him the next season is they got to finish the job. He will not talk trash to you. He will not go back and forth with you. Now he'll give you a little back and forth, but job's not finished. So
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.